Marcel, disappointing, man. Disappointing. We was not at our best. It's like we just didn't attack.
Yeah.
It's like we just did not attack, and you know the intensity only rose after we conceded. Ironically, you know, where was that? Disappointed to drop 2 points tonight.
Yeah, 100%, bro. I mean, you predicted a 1-0, and it looked like that after the first half, and away from home, you require battle. You know, you have to battle and fight, earn the right to play, and really show that quiet the opposition's fans and grow into the game. You know, those are the kind of principles that you want to play by. And we were saying it to me, you know, we've got to zip the ball in quickly. It was pedestrian-like for a lot of the time in that first half. And regardless of how much we were playing and controlling the game, you're not getting anything in the forward line. You're not scoring any goals. You're not breaking any lines in that final third. Rashford today looked, below par, and that's something that we don't expect from him, especially in the first half anyway. Very much wasteful, very much poor in the final third, and even Weghorst, first game, everything was the touches. The first touch, similar to Marcel, was neat. It was neat today, and a lot of the time, getting part of the building into the team and building to the play.
But we couldn't get any chances for him. We couldn't get him on the end of anything. He wasn't really. I mean, he had one header that kind of went onto the roof of the net, but nothing really for him to even feed off. There was no service today.
Headers, crosses. They're not pinpointing the cross towards him. Antony again. I don't want to go, dig into him too much because at the end of the day, it was a clean sheet. I want to focus on the positive side, but
it wasn't a clean sheet. We conceded.
Oh, yeah, in the first half,
it's not a clean sheet.
In the first half, it was a clean sheet then, but it just. He's on the break. He's just not good enough. His decision making. He's not beating players out for pace or skill, and then he's not making the correct passes. There's a couple of times Rashford's free on the back post, and you just got to make the right pass. Get your head up. Use your right foot. Deliberating on the ball. Casemiro brilliant for the whole game. First half sweeping up, just sensing the danger. It's unbelievable at it, but.
He's going to be out for
He's
Arsenal.
going to be out.
Silly yellow card when Bruno goes in for the tackle, doesn't fancy it. Then we're on the back foot and he brings down, I think it was Eze.
Yeah, the goal's lucky, of course, because, I think it's a little bit of, Crystal Palace lost a bit of concentration there, player pointing at, somebody else to do their job. And Eriksen does a good pullback, great finish by Bruno, but that was, it was well deserved because of the spells of pressure that we had, but there wasn't no killer instinct in that, and nothing was. Martinez played well, breaking lines with the passing, but I don't know. I think I felt kind of positive still after the first half. 1-0, we're going to build into the game. I was saying to you, Ten Hag's going to give them the rocket and tell them, listen, up the tempo, desire. That's
the disappointing thing, isn't it? That didn't happen. At half time, there wasn't really a reaction. It was more of the same, if not worse.
If worse, definitely worse. And their fans building into the game, and you saw the ultras getting up and getting excited, and you thought, okay, well, they had good spells in the second half. There was a couple of times where Elisa's breaking lines and doing his thing, but Wan-Bissaka was fantastic in the whole game. His 1v1 battles, carrying the ball, he's turned on a different level. And Luke Shaw was brilliant as well today. So our fullbacks and our defensive line, that's
what's annoying, because we actually defended well today. There was an element of calmness about what they did.
Yep.
But Palace made the 2 best chances, and obviously they stuck the free kick in the top bins, and you look at that and say we had that dominance. That's something. Do you think that's something that Ten Hag will be most frustrated about? That actually we had an element of calm, but then we didn't create anything. But they managed to make the hater work, and we didn't make Guy to work.
Listen, you said it. The top teams kill that kind of opposition. When you got all this ball possession and there's no end product. There's no end product in a game like this. The top teams will just hit them for 3, 4, 5, and
exactly.
We had a lot of possession. We should have been executing chances. Rashford had a couple moments to play Garnacho in. A couple of times where he should have just played the ball into Garnacho, and Garnacho found it hard to get into the game. Ten Hag made the subs at the right times. Maybe should have put Casemiro off. Just to protect him.
Well, how are you feeling about that now? He's not going to be part of the Arsenal game.
That's a massive miss. I've seen Fred in the 10, and he does good work laterally and closes angles, but Casemiro today snuffing out all the danger. Even if it's blocks or tackles where you don't win the ball but you just get it out for clearances, we're going to miss that in abundance. And it's away from home. You got to battle. We just didn't show enough fight and enough quality. So we suffered today, and Weghorst didn't look like prolific in front of goal, but was pressing a lot. That's a positive. Antony, poor. Eriksen played well again, but it started to dwindle towards the end. Had a lot of 50-50 moments, but again, looked like 60-40s. Doesn't go in hard for the tackles. It's worrying signs, but it's a draw. We come away with a point, so...
Are you still confident about, everything about where we are? I'm sure we can't let, a disappointing draw like that No, forget that.
Forget that.
This is what I've been trying to say
You're
about
right.
forget
Yeah,
that,
yeah,
about
yeah.
let's just calm it. But,
Yeah,
you know, I suppose the football will show us when to calm it, and nights like tonight show us.
Humble us.
Just relax a little bit.
Humble us for sure. Humbled me
We're
for
on a
sure.
good run. We're trying to get our top 4, but just relax. Was it that?
Yeah, humbled me for sure. And then to speak on David De Gea, fantastic. We needed that, man. I can see why he's part of that team, you know, and he's a prolific player in the team and producing big moments. You know, Bruno scores in the 40th minute, and then 2 minutes later, a goal. You know, that keeps you in football matches. They could have scored for all our good possession and all our domination, like you were saying. Listen, they could have scored 2 goals. So, you know, we needed him in that moment, and the defensive unit still looks good. I still believe in the defensive unit, and we have counter-attacking DNA. So we can still produce something against Arsenal, man. I still got to have faith. You know, I'm
I was
sure.
going to say, that's the last thing. Do you have still, you know, the chips are going to be a little bit down, the feelings going to be down. It was all billed as Casemiro versus Partey, beat Palace, and then you're 6 points behind Arsenal, then beat Arsenal, then you're 3 points with a game in hand. It was all billed as that, and then now it feels flat because that happened.
Yeah.
Has that affected your thinking and your feelings around the Arsenal game?
Listen, here at United View, we have KG around. The energy is infectious. So I still believe, and we can still go in there and do a job. We just have to take care of business.
Can't play like that.
Yeah, we can't play like that. That's a fact.
Get smashed if you play like that.
How many more ways do we have? A lot of our games are aways now. So they have to show character, and they haven't today.
Big up, man. Yes, bro.